All right, so Dr. Kathryn Smerling, we've been talking to you, and we've been talking a lot about the psychological impact on the boys, but they're not the only ones sort of involved in this crisis, right, experiencing trauma. I know as a parent, I would be beside myself waiting to find out whether or not my child was safe. Once this ordeal was over, I don't know if I would feel comfortable letting my kid out of my sight for a minute. The parents definitely must be experiencing trauma now, and is it the type of trauma that they could carry with them forward?
I almost feel as though the parents are going to be carrying more trauma than the kids. Because remember, 11 to 16, that's a pretty resilient time. And especially for boys of that age. And you can't, as I said before, you can't underestimate the power of team spirit. And also, I understand that the coach was also studying to be a Buddhist monk. So there's a lot of religion, a lot of spirituality. And I think with good care and help and proper nutrition, these boys will be able to be more resilient. It is the parents, especially the mothers, that will probably feel the strongest about the anxiety of absolutely, as you said, letting their children out of sight, because they will be remembering the fact that they almost lost their children. And hopefully, in fact, all of them will be rescued.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. We were talking earlier to another psychiatrist about the role that spirituality plays. I know just through my own experiences of visiting Thailand many times that Buddhism is such a large aspect of their society, of their tradition, of their culture, and they deal with trauma in a much different way than perhaps those of us in the West who believe in one of the world's three great religions, major religions. And that, I wonder, Doctor, if as you look for signs of how not only the boys that are rescued, but the coach and the parents are going to be dealing with this, how much of a role that their spirituality, to the extent that they are practicing Buddhists, will play on them going forward. Because I recall during the 2008 tsunami crisis in Indonesia, there were a lot of people who perished. Obviously, thousands of people died there. And some of the family members, I had a very close friend who lost his wife during that, and he talked me through some of the beliefs that he had as a Buddhist with regards to the circle of life and losing somebody and what that means to them.
I think spirituality, it has played a tremendous role in the fact that these children are still alive, and the attitude that they will have going forward. It's, even if they aren't Buddhists, practicing Buddhists, it is part of the Thai culture and part of the ability to accept tragedy and accept the changes of life in a more resolute way than we do in the West. It will be very interesting to see how Buddhism is a part of this rescue operation, and I think it has played a huge part in having these kids alive and safe today.
The sort of third component of this whole operation, we're talking about the rescuers. They need a tremendous amount of psychological stamina to do this sort of thing. They've already lost one of their own, a particularly small fraternity, a Thai former Navy SEAL. Can you talk us through the kind of psychological training that you need to participate in this sort of endeavor as a rescuer?
My goodness, if you've ever read anything about the training of the Navy, that they are both in it, they're observers and participants, that they are actually doing the work, but they are taking a third eye so that they're absolutely watching themselves do the work so they don't get emotionally involved. And they're very cautious and very well prepared. And I think they look at it as though, it's a job. It is something that absolutely takes the ultimate practice and preparation. And they're tough. They really are tough. Whether they're Buddhists or whether they have any other religion doesn't play a part in Navy SEAL work and the rescue operation. But I do feel as though we can't underestimate the power of the group and the power of the support and the power of team spirit. because I think that plays a lot to do in the rescue operation.
All right, Dr. Kathryn Smerling, thank you so much for your insight, your analysis. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.